Alright, in this video I'm going to show you guys what I do for air filter maintenance. So, I already took it apart off camera, but, just a little bit of dish soap, literally just a dot. Okay, get a little bit of running water, get it wet, and then I just roll it between my hands like this. Foam it up real good, keep moving it around, try to get that soap in there. And then I just roll it in there, just like that. Right? So that's good. And then this one I haven't cleaned yet, so let's show you that. This one I use a little bit more. I usually mix that soap in there real good. Put that finger in there. And just absolutely scrub. Scrub, scrub, scrub. I try to get that soap out of there. Rinse it real good. Now typically, and then I'll take a look at it, see how it looks. Typically your inner filter is not going to get any mud or dirt on it. If you oil your stuff properly. So that's done. And then I always take a look at the air filter boot, and you'll use a toothbrush and a little bit of soap and just kind of scrub that too. Try to get that extra air filter oil off of it, make sure everything's nice and clean for the next install. All right. Clean the outside. Just get it all nice and clean. Then after I've done soaping, I'll usually get a little bit of paper towel. Show you guys right here. I usually get a little bit of paper towel, and I grab the filter, fold it over a couple of times. Roll it up real good, nice and tight. Try to get as much water out of it as possible. Right, comes out. After you do this, it actually comes out pretty dry. It looks good. And then I'll just let that sit overnight, or even, just a couple of hours. Just depends on how how long it takes. Check it a couple of times. And then when this is dry, I will show you my oiling process. All right. Air filters are dry. So I use just a Ziploc baggie or any type of baggie I can find. And I just grab filter. For this demonstration, I'm using the Traxxas air filter oil. But I just kind of do like a little, W. So in this stage, you really can't use too much, because I'll show you why here in a second. But I do the top circles like that. And then I just place it inside the baggie. And I just work it around, really good. Make sure that filter is nice and coated, just like so. Right? And then I will do the same thing with the outer filter, but not as much. Not quite as much, at least. Throw it in the bag. Work it around. Now I have seen some guys that don't oil this outer filter. I'm not really a fan of that. I think the more protection you have for your motor, the better. Obviously. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then once I you know, get done with that, then I like to just dab a little bit of the excess off. You know, I mean, that's really not that much oil. Like if you were to buy them new, there'd be a lot more oil than that on them. But just kind of dab off the excess, throw her back together. Then I want to talk about pre-filters. There are a couple of different companies out there that make a pre-filter. You know, Motor Saver is one of them, and Outerwear is another. I think I'm going to make a more specific video talking about them. But this is what I'm talking about as far as a pre-filter goes. These things, you know, for the $20 that you pay for them, they're gold. This is why I don't mind oiling this outside filter, because I do run a pre-filter, and that's basically going to make sure that my, you know, my air filter never clogs or anything like that. And you know, just to talk more about them, I mean, so here in Utah, our dirt is more of a fine clay than anything. It's nasty. And this right here allows, you know, like when my truck's upside down, it sits in the dirt, and it's still pulling adequate air without absolutely clogging up my air filter. You know, the very first time I ever bashed at a spot, I learned real quick to bring 2-3 air filters with me, you know, when I go out running. And, you know, with one of these, I don't have to worry about that. The dirt hits it, falls right off. The air filter stays really clean underneath. I mean, it still gets dirty. Don't get me wrong. These are not perfect, and they're not a replacement. But they are an absolute valuable added protection to your motor. I do run these on every single RC that I have. The Motor Saver version is, in my opinion, better than the Outer Saver version, just because, for one, it's got this nice little clip, you know, to slide on and off, whereas the Outerwear, you got to tie it. And also, Motor Saver at least made them long enough where it cinches up around the back here, so you get total coverage. The Outerwear, I mean, it just literally sits to the edge. I mean, they could have made it a 1/4 of an inch bigger, and it would have been 1,000 times better